name is Mark Castrita, and Airluum has been a company that's been around maybe the last 3 years. Airluum started really as a passion project. I have a co-founder, his name is Dan Castro. We're both in this stage where, middle-aged stage, where we see our parents getting older and we have young children. And so we're sort of acting as this bridge between the two. And something that happened to him a few years ago was that he started to see himself as this bridge, really young children, and a mother who was just diagnosed with Alzheimer's. It started out as a way for Dan to collect as many memories and stories that his mother was forgetting every day. It's such an awful disease that he thought, oh, there's an urgency now for me to want to capture all the memories, all the stories, all the anecdotes, the spirit or the history of our family, because she still had all of that before it's too late. My children are too young to understand these stories. Yeah. How do I preserve them? So he just hit record. And that's a great thing. We're all recording things now, right? The problem was he didn't know what to do with the recordings after he did it. He just figured, I'm just going to put them somewhere. What would be the easiest way for them to access all of these memories? What did we land on? What have we learned the last 3 years is that what we are building is valuable. There's a solution that we think we can provide to other people who also want to preserve them. So all of that said, we went through all these iterations. We built a prototype. The prototype did okay. And then we decided to build a family tree. And what we found, we're getting thousands of downloads on a free app. What we found was after we implemented the family tree, our downloads exploded by double. We knew we were hitting a spot with people that was resonating. But our trees didn't look that good. It was just a prototype, and it was a free app. The designs that we were making we're engineers, we're not artists. And one of the things that we didn't know was designing an app, creating a user experience, creating a user interface that's going to help this experience that we think we have in our heads. We decided that if we were going to take this prototype to the next level, we needed everything to look good and feel good. And we're dealing in a space really, it's very personal. It's very emotional. When we came to Pepperplane, we had no way to put it together in a way that was going to be a robust blueprint so that we can develop it. Because sort of flying by the seat of our pants saying, oh, let's build this screen, let's do that. We decided to say, okay, let's go to some experts and have them build our app for us, have them build this spec. It was actually more than I expected. And it was because I feel like we came to you guys with this idea. And we sort of have a little bit of guidelines. And we had a little bit of experience with what we didn't like. And so we totally relied on you for you guys to sort of take all that, parse it out, put it together in a way that was visually, we could see it. You'd see, oh, okay, this is how it should work. And what was great about you guys was that you can foresee some of the problems that were going to happen based on the designs that or the specs that we were giving you. This flow is not going to work because and so there are a lot of those things that you guys provided from a value perspective. It would have taken us so much more time to build prototypes and go back and forth through them than to just have a solution that you guys were able to provide for us. The collaboration definitely helped with enhancing some of the things that we hadn't even thought of before. And one of those things were the way that we were just representing how different families are built. So that was really great seeing not only that you guys were able to make something that was attractive and looked good, because you have the experience of knowing what people like, and also helping us think through the flow on how to get from download to tree as fast as possible. And we feel that's really where the money is. That would not have happened if we tried to do it ourselves. That was definitely a pivotal moment, because then we saw the perfect cup of coffee that we wanted to build. And then all the other things sort of started to fall in line, as attractive as you guys were able to do it for us. It doesn't end at UI UX. It actually has to get built, right? And so we haven't veered too much off of those designs. Like, we're still working within the space of those designs. And there's something to be said about that. It just means that those designs were built robust enough in a way that didn't need a lot of development teams to come in and say, oh no, this can't be done. We were able to take that blueprint and we still use it today. We still are building off of it today. It really looked like you cared about this this experience that we were trying to create, instead of just sort of following what we were saying. Okay, yeah, we'll build what you tell us. But I loved the fact that you guys were able to come back and say, hey, the recommendations were, maybe I didn't agree with them sometimes, and I said, no, I want to see what it looks like this. But also there was also times where you and I worked together and said, yeah, let's not put that in now. We still have features on our board that we haven't implemented yet that I just can't wait. And some of it was because of the forethought you guys were thinking. I feel like we had a really unique idea, and we hadn't really thought it all the way through, even though it sounded so simple. And you guys could have easily, like I said, you guys could have easily just built what we asked you to build. And we probably would have been happy and on our way. But the fact that you were able to take an app that in a space that you may not have worked on before, and really think out of the box and really push it. Like, I felt like you guys really thought about a lot of aspects that definitely we didn't, but even beyond that. What Pepperplane has proved is that you guys can even bring a unique idea to life. And so it was validation for us to say, in a way, I was sort of glad that you guys were going through this process and telling us, hey, this is not easy, this is hard. But we got through it, and you guys were able to sort of take that challenge and succeed. I feel like, we're a better company because of it. New businesses or companies who have a unique idea that's also challenging, Pepperplane would be the way to go.